Hey guys, welcome back to Heiko Shaves. Today I have another Yaqi razor on the program for you guys. It's the Yaqi Ultima Slant Adjustable. Here, still in this nondescript cardboard box. Little foam cutout in there, and that's where it lives. Very good looking, high polished stainless steel adjustable slant razor, the Ultima Slant Adjustable. Serial number here on the side, white, yeah, too small, can't read it. And then on the bottom side here, DLC Yaqi. So pretty cool, pretty cool. Nice and polished. So this is polished 316L stainless steel, all CNC machined. Adjuster here goes from 1 to 6. And yeah, opens up. Seems to be aligning. We're going to shave with this today, and I'm really excited to get the first shave out of the way with this thing and then actually be able to do a comparison to my Rex console, which are definitely very similar. They're both adjustable, they're both slant razors, and really like them. So I really like slant adjustables. I feel like they are smoother in cutting, especially if you have a little bit more stubble in your face than if you just, you know, shave every single day. So they have this advantage of approaching the cutting at a slight angle rather than a 90-degree perpendicular angle to the stubble, and that gives it a little bit of a slicing motion, and that helps the slant razors be a little bit more smooth, I think. So let's put the Rex back here. We're going to load this up with a Wilkinson sword blade, my standard go-to blade that I always use when I try out new razors. Seems like it's a little tight here, barely goes over the center post. Okay, and then I guess it gets loose again. They cut a little shoulder in here where the blade is a little looser, but this seems to be a little fat, a little too thick for the blade. And then we just shove that on top here and then tighten the bottom up. So that's fine. All right, and the alignment, can you guys see that? Looks pretty good, huh? What I also already noticed is nicely rounded off edges. I don't know if Yaqi maybe watched my videos, but nicely rounded over. Everything is kind of molded, round, polished. I like it. Then this corkscrew pattern here at the handle. Really nice. I like that too. Let's see if we can move the adjuster. Yeah, we can. It actually goes past 6. It goes almost to a 7. We're going to try that out. So what else are we going to use? We're going to use a Yaqi brush. This came in this package. You saw it in the unboxing. This is the only badger in the mix, and I really had to wash this thing a few times. It was a stinky badger. I've already used soap on this thing 2 or 3 times. And it's still, yeah, this kind of just confirms my conviction that there's no reason to use natural bristles anymore. Because nowadays, I mean, you look at my little Simpson, I love this knot. It's synthetic, it's soft, but it has backbone. It's great. And even, oh, we still have another Yaqi sitting here. This knot in here, it's great. Synthetic, very soft, but still has enough backbone for lathering. So I don't think there is really a good reason for a badger, because this is just brutal. It stinks. It really stinks. So even after washing it 4 times and letting it dry again, and I just washed it again because I knew it would be a stinky one, it's still a stinky one. So anywho's, all right, what else are we going to use? We're going to use Awesome Sauce by PAA, which is a good summer scent. It's mentholated. I love it. You can see I've been heavily scooping out of this. It's a really good scent. It's very similar to Paraso Green, but not quite exactly. This one is much more strong, and the mentholation is really strong as well. It almost gives you a burning sensation in your face. It's so cold. It's kind of interesting how that works with chemistry. You know, if you eat some jalapenos or some really spicy peppers, how a chemical in those peppers make your mouth feel like it's hot, And the same as with menthol, it makes you feel like it's cold, even though I'm warm lathering. It's a warm lather and it still makes you feel like it's really cold in your face. And then matching, we have the PA Awesome Sauce Aftershave. I figured since we're doing a green brush handle, we also have to do a green scented aftershave and soap. All right, so let's get going here. Before I lather up, let's put some Proraso White pre-shave in my face. Let's get I think my sink is leaking a little bit. Sorry for the noise. Okay. Let's just get that moist a little bit. And then I'm going to take a fingerful here out of my container and just rub it in. Yeah, the Yaqi adjustable slant razor, the Ultima, when I saw that one coming out, I really wanted to try it out, just in comparison to the Rex console, which it probably has been inspired by, or maybe it is cloning it. I mean, yeah, sure, there's always the question who's cloning who, but really all those razor designs, they have already been around for 50, 60 years. If you look at the French Gibbs razor, already looks like this. The adjuster up here, the handle size, the length is kind of the same. They didn't have a slant razor, but you know, once you figure out how to make an adjustable, then I guess you can also make a slant adjustable. So I would say we shouldn't be always just pointing finger, oh, they are copying someone. Sure, you know, it's a company out of China. They don't have restrictions on patents and you know, kind of market etiquette. I guess they can see cool designs and then they just make their own version of it, you know. This is really similar to a bunch of razors, very similar to the Pearl Flexi, to the Rex Ambassador, to the Rex Console, to the Home-like Tiger that I tried out, the Russian razor. They're all fairly similar, but then when it comes down to it, the overall look of this thing is very similar to a Gibbs 15 adjustable razor, long out of production. There's still a company around, Heritage Razors. They make a clone of the Gibbs 15, and I've contacted them and I want to buy one because I want to have kind of at least a remake or a clone of the original Gibbs razor to compare to, you know. So even though it is very close to the Rex console, there is something to be said about, we talked about this before, first cool and second cool. So there is a gear adventure channel on YouTube that I follow, and the guy always talks about first and second cool. So first cool is all the capabilities something has, and then second cool is how it makes you feel, pride of ownership, you know, if you are proud to own it and you would tell your neighbor, oh, I have this great razor, you know. So I would say from a first cool perspective, they are similar. They're almost the same because they both have the same features, the same capabilities, so to speak. They can both deliver a shave. And then the second cool factor, this one is much higher. It's made in the United States, the country that I live in, you know, only with domestic materials and domestic machinists and so on. And then this one here is mass production in China. They probably make 1 million of those a year. It's just not the same. So it doesn't awaken the pride of ownership in me. But still, it is a very good looking razor. Here, let's do a quick little weight comparison since we have them both in our hands here. So the Rex is 106 and this one here with a blade is a 95. So about 10 grams different. But just dimensionally, the Yaqi here is a little slimmer, a little skinnier in the handle. Also the knob down here is a little smaller. The whole head is not quite as bulbous. But anyways, we're not here to compare to the Rex right now. We're just going to do a first shave with this thing. Blade is in there. Alignment looks great. So even though it's a slant, you can see that the blade edge is parallel to the closed comb. And that's important. All right, so let's scoop out some of the soap. And that's enough. Get that in my little shave bowl here. I'll just take it off the spoon and squeeze it to the bottom of the bowl so that it sticks to the plastic a little bit. And then get my already wet brush even wetter, squeeze out some extra water, and then we go right in here. I also have my clean water container sitting here next to me. And let's see if we can lather this up. PAA CK6 formula. I'm a big fan. Awesome Sauce is, so far, I haven't tried their catalog, you know, I haven't worked my way through PAA. They have so many scents, but from the ones that I have tried so far, this is definitely one of my favorites, or the favorite of PAA. It's very mentholated, so it's very strong. That's why I don't use it every day. That's why Proraso Green is my go-to. It's just a little milder. It's not quite as scented. And the menthol burning of Proraso is not quite as intense as here PAA. I really like Taylor of Old Bond Street. The sandalwood sand. And then this one here, what I have here, it's the German Street collection, not German with a J at the beginning. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, made in England. This is also a very good one. Wow, love it. But it's getting warm outside. I've already had the first slight sunburn on my arms, working outside in the yard. And so it's time to get Awesome Sauce out. I can still smell the badger coming through, even though this is scented pretty strong. All right, let's get the face wet again. Has dried off already. Very good. Let's lather this up. Let's put the soap container out of the way so we don't get that contaminated. And here we go. Oh yeah. The badger smell. Guys, I don't know. My homemade, self-made badger brush, where I, drilled out and glued in a new badger knot, had never had this real strong scent, this very strong badger stink. But this badger here from Yaqi, man, that must have been a stinky badger. That's why, I like myself a good synthetic brush. My first shave brush that I ever bought here for this channel, the KIKC synthetic from Amazon for 10 bucks. It's still going strong and I still like it. So badger, not really high on my list. I know some people swear by it, and it seems like badger brushes can be much more expensive than synthetic brushes. Man, I'm making a mess. Lather all over my t-shirt already here. Yeah. Look at this. Look at all this. Lovely. And my face is already in the freezer. All that menthol is doing its job. Very lovely. All right, let's do the cleanup here. All right, let's put that out of the way. All right, let's make sure we're not on number 6. Let's get started with a shave. With a grain. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is really mild. But not so mild that you actually feel like it's not shaving. This is efficient but mild. It takes it right off. But just for, for science, for you guys, let's crank it up to a 3 and see what that feels like. Not bad. More blade feel for sure. And you kind of know, okay, let's keep the pressure down. But not bad, not bad. So they get this balance right. Say they start at a number 1 that is not too mild, and then it goes up from there. A lot of the adjustable razors that I've tried over time, they have one of 2 conditions. Either they start too aggressively, and so at a 1 it's too aggressive for a beginner or for someone who wants a mild razor, or the extreme opposite would be it starts so mild that it feels like it's not shaving. Which here's the T2, Rockwell T2 sticking out in setting 1 or 2. It doesn't do much for me. So I already have to crank it up to at least a 3 to actually start shaving. This one here on a 1 is mild, but not too mild. It is actually still efficient. So in the name of science, let's crank it up to a 6. I told you it goes past number 6. It actually would go to 7, but let's just stick with 6 for now. All right, number 6. Let's do it. Oh yeah. At a 6, it's really aggressive. At a 6, it feels like you're just shaving with an open blade. The close comb here is so far away from the blade, there's such a large blade gap that it really doesn't offer any protection. So I don't think I would ever shave at 6, but a 3, 2, 3, maybe 4, that's probably fine. Let's put it to a 2. Yeah. In the very beginning, I was always a big fan of those super mild razors because I didn't have the risk of actually cutting myself. But by now, I always like a little bit of blade feel so I can feel when the razor is actually doing its job. And here, already at a setting 2, yeah, we're at 2, you can hear it, you can feel it, but it's still mild enough that you can swing this around without any risk. And then I have a pretty decent sharp blade in there. Wilkinson sword is known for its relatively sharp blades. Very good, very good. And like I said, even at a setting 1, it is a shaving. Here I'm at 1 now. This is truly a adjustable razor that is good for the beginner and the professional equally. So setting number 1 is perfectly fine for a total novice, and setting 6 is aggressive enough for even the most, professional among you. This is really good. And then you can open it up to 7. You get this huge blade gap, so you can rinse it out really easily. So you get everything out, very nice, and then you just crank it back down. This is really good. And as I already pointed out, this is all really nicely rounded off and molded. It doesn't feel like you scrape a sharp-edged piece of metal through your face. This is good. The handle, I wish they would have done the handle maybe in a satin finish or a brush finish, because it seems to be a little slick, especially if you have soap on your fingers. Well, anyways, let's wipe off the remains here and lather up again. My face is already in deep freeze mode. Let's get some more water. Very nice. But what is not nice is the badger smell. Oof. Man. After washing it 3 times with a scented hand soap, scrubbing the living daylights out of this thing, and then rinsing out and doing it again. Whew. Anyways, we're still at a number 2. Let's do a number 3, just for experimental purposes here. Let's do a across the grain with a number 3. That's lovely. Of course, as you get more into the aggressive settings, you gotta keep the pressure down. You gotta control what you're doing. Nice. Easily rinses out. Oh, I think I just nicked myself. No, maybe not. Very good. Very good. Very good. no complaints. Setting 3, and this thing just chops it down. I'm already BBS more or less here in this area. My neck still needs a against the grain shave for sure. But so far, I am pretty impressed. They got the balance of geometry between blade gap and exposure just right. And the steps from 1 to 6 are starting out at the really nice mild setting. Very good. And this is about a $140 razor, I would say, roughly. Full stainless steel. Oh yeah, and the nice thing is, so if we don't have a blade in here and the bottom is loose, you can actually take the handle off too. And then you can take the spring out. You can clean this out completely. So they didn't Loctite this together, which I appreciate. You know, I'm the tinkerer. I like to take stuff apart, and I can still do this. And if you don't like that your handle comes loose, just put a drop of Loctite on it. All right, let's do another pass. Let's do that against the grain. Oh no, this badger has to air out more. I know that some companies make shave brush soap. I don't have one of those. I figured I would get away with just a mild hand soap, or maybe even use some shampoo. But I've washed this with hot water and soap 3 times intensely, and I've already pre-soaked this a few times, and it still stinks like the butt of a badger. It's actually pretty impressive considering, you know, the hand soap that I used was relatively strongly scented, and then this shave soap here, or this shave soap is also very strongly scented. And the badger scent just pushes right past it. All right, looks good. Nice lather. My face is frozen. Let's go to a setting 1 because we're going to do against the grain. That is the nice one, or the nice feature of a on-the-fly adjustable razor. With a Rockwell, for example, the 6C or 6S, you could do the same, but you would always have to take the base plates out, right? That's why the adjustables are so nice. You can switch it to whatever setting you want for whatever pass you want it for. Very nice. I hope you guys can hear that. It is actually shaving in setting 1. Very nice. Let's do down there. Very good. Very good. Under my nose one more time. Oh yeah. Lovely, lovely. Let's do a quick little inspection here. Feels good. BBS. Even under my nose. There is a little bit of some space between the end of the razor and the actual cutting edge, but no problem. Nicely rounded off. Oh, feels like, sounds like my family just got home. The dogs are barking. Let's rinse off. Alrighty guys, that feels good, that looks good. I have some soap in my ear. Good shave, good shave. Yeah, so like I said, from capability, manufacturing, all the parts fit together really nicely. Blade alignment is perfect. The surface finish is great. I don't like the polished handle. I wish this would be a little bit more rough knurling. But that's just a design choice. They might even have different handle options. So if you look around on AliExpress, go check it out on AliExpress. They just had a sale going on, I think till April 19th. So You might get this actually cheaper than 140 bucks. Really like it. Good one. You know, but if you want an heirloom quality piece that you probably can hand over to your grandchildren, get yourself a Rex console or any of those other fancier brands out there. All right, let's do some aftershave here. Alcohol-based and mentholated awesome sauce PAA. Very good. And that immediately overpowers any kind of leftover badger smell. Very nice. Yeah, that's a good one. Alrighty, guys. So I'm really looking forward to doing a quick little comparison between this Slant and the Slant console, right? Rex console, to see, you know, how they stack up. Setting 1, this is a nice, mild little razor. Setting 6, it's really aggressive. So this is something for everyone. You have to just make your peace with the idea that this is made in China, mass produced in some CNC shop. But overall, you know, it's open to the bottom, so water can drain out of the handle, and you can completely disassemble this. It's not glued together. Love it. Alrighty, guys, that should be it. This puppy here, I think I'm gonna leave the soap sitting on it for a while before I rinse it out. Then once my aftershave wears off, you guys know I'm always putting on some skin care product, like a balm, or even in the winter I use some really greasy cream sometimes just to add a little bit something to my skin. But yeah, I have a happy skin. I nicked myself once, and this is the most complicated section in my face where I always go too fast and I should go really slow, but really no problem. Alrighty, guys, I hope you like it. Go check out this little razor on AliExpress. And if you're new here, welcome to Heiko Shaves. If you don't mind, leave me a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.